Let's begin with North America. North America is the third largest continent in the world, covering about 9.5 million square miles. It has a population of around 579 million people and comprises 23 countries. Some of the most familiar countries here are Mexico, the United States, Canada, and others from the Caribbean and Central America. The landscape of North America is very diverse. On the west side, you can find the Rocky Mountains, which are high and rugged. In the middle of the continent, there are the Great Plains, which are flat and spacious. To the east, you'll see the Appalachian Mountains. One of the longest rivers in North America is the Missouri River. It stretches about 2,341 miles, starting in the Rocky Mountains of Montana and flowing down to connect with the Mississippi River near St. Louis, eventually reaching the Gulf of Mexico. The tallest mountain in North America is Denali, which used to be called Mount McKinley. It is located in Alaska and stands at an impressive height of 20,310 feet above sea level. Economically, North America is one of the wealthiest regions in the world. The total wealth of the countries in this area surpasses $30 trillion, making up approximately 30% of the global economy. Next is South America. It is the fourth largest continent, covering an area of approximately 6.9 million square miles. This vibrant region is home to around 430 million people and consists of 12 different countries, with some of the most well-known being Brazil, Argentina, Colombia, and Chile. South America has a diverse geography. The Andes Mountains spread along the western coast of the continent. The Amazon River, the second longest river in the world, flows about 4,345 miles through the continent's center. The Amazon rainforest, the largest tropical rainforest, covers around 2.1 million square miles. It helps regulate the Earth's climate, producing about 20% of the world's oxygen and absorbing a lot of carbon dioxide. The Pantanal is the biggest tropical wetland and is found in parts of Brazil, Bolivia, and Paraguay. It is home to many animals, including jaguars, capybaras, and hundreds of bird species. In northern Chile, the Atacama Desert is the driest place on Earth, with some areas receiving less than 1 millimeter of rain each year. Economically, South America is less wealthy than North America. The total wealth of the countries in this region is over $7 trillion, making up about 8% of the global economy. Antarctica is the southernmost and least populated continent, covering about 5.4 million square miles. It has no permanent residents, only scientists at research stations. The continent is mostly a polar desert, receiving little precipitation, and is covered by a massive ice sheet containing about 70% of the world's fresh water. The landscape mainly consists of ice and glaciers, with the Transantarctic Mountains dividing it into East and West Antarctica. Antarctica is the coldest continent, with winter temperatures dropping to -112 degrees Fahrenheit, and the coldest recorded temperature to -128.6 degrees Fahrenheit at Vostok Station in 1983. It experiences continuous daylight in summer and prolonged darkness in winter. Despite its harsh conditions, unique wildlife thrives here, including emperor penguins, Weddell seals, and various whale species, such as blue and humpback whales. Coastal areas support some plant life, like mosses and lichens, but the interior is barren. Antarctica has no permanent human population. Instead, around 70 research stations are run by scientists under the Antarctic Treaty System. This treaty supports peace and scientific research while banning military activities and resource exploitation. The largest station, McMurdo Station, studies climate change, glaciers, and marine life. There are ongoing talks about the possibility of resource extraction, which is currently not allowed under the Protocol on Environmental Protection of the Antarctic Treaty. Africa, the birthplace of humanity, is the second largest continent, covering 11.7 million square miles, and home to about 1.4 billion people. Its population is expected to reach 2.5 billion by 2050, with 60% under age 25. Africa consists of 54 countries. The Sahara Desert, the largest hot desert, spans over 3.5 million square miles. The Nile River, the longest in Africa at approximately 4,130 miles, flows through 11 countries into the Mediterranean Sea. Lake Victoria, shared by Tanzania, Uganda, and Kenya, is the largest lake on the continent. Africa is also home to Mount Kilimanjaro, the tallest freestanding mountain in Tanzania, rising 19,341 feet. It is known for its iconic wildlife, including lions and elephants. Economically, Africa's GDP in 2024 is estimated at $3.1 trillion, led by Nigeria, South Africa, and Egypt. Europe is the second smallest continent, covering 3.93 million square miles and home to around 746 million people across 44 countries, making it the most densely populated. Major countries include Germany, France, the United Kingdom, and Italy. The continent features notable mountains like the Alps and the Pyrenees, as well as major rivers such as the Rhine, Danube, and Volga. The European Union, EU, consisting of 27 countries, influences Europe's political and economic landscape. Many countries have established democracies and high living standards, particularly in the Nordic region. Christianity is the dominant religion, with Catholicism prevalent in the south and Eastern Orthodox churches in the east, while Protestantism is significant in the north and west. There's a growing secular population in countries like Sweden and Denmark. With a combined GDP of about $21 trillion, Europe boasts one of the largest economies globally. The Eurozone, using the euro, includes 19 EU countries. The continent is also culturally diverse, with over 200 languages spoken, including English, French, and German, and has produced many influential figures in philosophy, literature, and art, like Shakespeare and Beethoven. Asia is the largest and most populous continent, covering 17.2 million square miles and home to approximately 4.7 billion people, about 60% of the world's total population. It comprises 49 countries, including populous nations like China, India, Indonesia, and Pakistan. With over 1.4 billion people, China is a one-party communist state, while India is the world's largest democracy with over 1.3 billion people. The continent has various political systems, from monarchies like Saudi Arabia and Thailand to authoritarian regimes like North Korea. Asia is the birthplace of major religions, including Hinduism, Buddhism, Islam, Christianity, and Sikhism. It boasts the largest and fastest-growing economy, contributing over 30% to global GDP. Key economies include China, Japan, and India. Russia, a major oil and natural gas producer, adds to the continent's economic significance. With thousands of cultures and over 2,300 languages spoken, some of the most prevalent languages include Mandarin, Hindi, Arabic, Bengali, Punjabi, and Japanese. Oceania is the smallest continent, covering around 3.3 million square miles. It includes Australia, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, and over 10,000 smaller islands spread across the Pacific Ocean. It is home to around 43 million people. The Great Barrier Reef, off the coast of Australia, is the most extensive coral reef system in the world and is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Oceania's economy is diverse. Australia is the dominant economic force, followed by New Zealand and the smaller island nations in the Pacific. Oceania is also experiencing significant environmental challenges, particularly due to climate change. Rising sea levels threaten the low-lying islands of Kiribati, Tuvalu, and the Marshall Islands, which could eventually displace entire populations. The Great Barrier Reef also faces threats from ocean acidification, coral bleaching, and overfishing.